So this is the news with listing there. Um, I had the news up and running for a minute there. I had to take um bits and pieces of insert clippings there out um to speak about. I mean, of course, I'm not going to speak about all of it because um a lot of it is for the flat there. It's not for audio. But the listings of those that I have encrypted there, movie wise, ESP, um, ability on some is the same listing, has not changed. Actually, I haven't did any new ones. I think I did enough there to have it as a proposed there, even though not really proposing it because it's sensitive material there, but never say what you is not going to do in that area there. So I'm just going to say, um, I composed it there. However, it's just for me and my viewing. That's what I'm doing there in that area. But the movies that were encrypted has not changed. It's still on the same listing there. Actually, I didn't have to speak the listing because there you will see those listed in a lot of different places, and you'll see them at the blog in directory if you were to check in with the blog in directory. It's okay. And going in there, I'm not going to speak about that either. Oh, I'm not speak about any of that stuff. Mm, mm. Want to have another conversation? Sure do. All topics is being utilized. We wait for at least one conversation to end. Sure will. Territory coordinates and fascio by G. Taylor, education.co.in is as follows. Coordinates mentioned and analyzed is not a tell all or any connection to G. Taylor and nor affiliates. Coordinates here, um, Israel, not Israel. The coordinates here that is encrypted real coordinates. G. Taylor had an ESP realm with each coordinate of France, Portugal, Netherlands, Capri, Italy, England, Europe, continent, Atlanta, Porto, Brussels, Pompeii, Tunisia, San Diego, Albuquerque, Las Cruces, coastal plains of Chile, Alabama, Ontario, Serbia, Iki, Honshu, Saudi Arabia, Phoenicia, Milan, Mecca, New York, Ben Hur, Lebanon, and those are a couple of coordinates fascio there that G. Taylor and Grips. Fashion says she has not yet released fashion coordinates. Fashion is as such scrambled mention locales to yearn once released. As follows. Signature attires, non-signature attires, Peter ribbon, partials, e-signature design, Suncorp, Holy Hills, Sun W, Are You Busted, Sweat Fashion, Bully, Chain Gang, John DeVlovo, American Monetary, My Country Monetary, The First Noel, Red, Pose, Pickle, Sunrun, Stickman, Superwoman, Tucson, News, Turntable, Coco Chanel, Turntable Dispatch, Turntable Overcoat, Artistry, Yes Dear, Guest List, Gaming, 7 Dear Gaming, Setups, Gotchas, Lap Swim, Route 66, LA Gear, Hot Bod, Fashion Reveals, Accessories, Two Pony, Jack that fool, Lover's Lane, Fa Chile. Not all a mood topic because there is a mood. This takes to Q1 numerics, missing persons, and unsolved case analysis by G. Taylor. Much of analyzation to add at times if needed to duets. Entertainment group with a S. Analyzing pages. S. Yes, S. Hmm. Up next, duets listings. The list is not a conclusion. The analyzing by G. Taylor is, was, real. Was, is, real. The actual beings of the groups, not the threat of focus. Yes, G. Taylor did take to some ESP realms during analyzing and encrypting. Q1 numeric with ending S. These are some of the bands that Q1 numeric focus on for duets. The Dead Punk Band, Clouds Rock Band, Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, The Guess Who Rock Band, the Guillotine Rock Band, the Hangman Rock Band, Garage Ghost Psychedelic Rock, Misfits Rock Band, Manfred Mann Band, Blur Band, The Searchers Band, Nirvana Band, Chinese Opera Subway, Opera Picking, Opera is what that is there. Oh, you just gotta love the duets, encryptions there. Very timing in every aspect, the area there. And this is news with listings. Want to have another conversation? Sure do. All topics is being utilized. We wait for at least one conversation to end. Sure will. Oh. Calm to dial me when you find a conversation. The discussion kept going and I kept listening. Bravo. Bravo. Then the competition began. Lag on. Why so much yurt? Uncommon as to unfortunately. You just calm to dial me when you find a conversation. Lag on. Lag on. I tell you. Oh my gosh, what a crazy of news here. This is bizarre and weird news. Kind of falling in that what do they call it? What section is that? Sci-fi section? I'm not sure. Is that the section that you put this in? But anyway, so the world prom is nearing since G. Taylor's finding if the world's grade point average has elevated, the prom is near. Fascio lists formal attire is on the increase stick-wise. So formal attire is on the increase there. Trending is coordinates. Yes, just spoke about coordinates. Uh, oh my gosh, what do they say here? They say heaven and hell began their remarriage and honeymoon. This then added to more bookkeeping as the paperwork reduction act is going haywire. Why? This is why. Since they're wed, when individuals eat a meal or a snack, they is categorized as bum, homeless, meaning heavens or hells. The couple is able at the same time to feel the temperature of one's food item being ingested. If the ingested is hot above a certain temperature, they argue to a fight. This is their argument and fighting conversation. As I, G. Taylor, am of ESP, and it came just from out of nowhere for me to hear it. And here is their argument, a word fight there. One of yours is exhausted, a microwave of mine. Go and find out which one of my mates types is doing such and what location. One of yours is eating ice cream. Find out how one of my mates types got abilities to scoops and cone. One of yours just took a shower. One of yours is taking a shower. One of yours is watching television. One of yours is charging their device. Find out where their tyke is charging their device at. One of yours has waste spread it near and is scenting the area. One of yours has found waste pipeline and accumulated at pipe interval. Find out where my mate's tykes is using the bathroom at. So that's how the arguing. That's how the arguing in my conversation mode. My tongue got twisted and tongue tied there. So I ain't gonna say it again on another voice there so people can understand what they're arguing about. And it's how it is. So arguing. This is a worldly argument. One of yours is exhausted. A microwave of mine. Oh, go and find out which one of my mates' tykes is doing such to the microwave and what location. One of yours is eating ice cream. Find out how one of my mates' tykes got abilities to scoops and cone. One of yours just took a shower. One of yours is taking a shower. One of yours is watching television. One of yours is charging their device. Find out where their tyke is charging their device at. One of yours has waste. Spread it near and is scenting the area. One of yours has found waste, pipeline, and accumulated at pipe interval. Finds out where my mate's tykes is using the bathroom at. Yes, people. This is news with listing, and that is the argument that two of beings known as gods is that happen to be couples living together, known as heaven, and one is known as hell. And so their name, heaven and hell, they're a couple, they're married, they're living together. I'm going to read it one more time. It is up to you to figure out which is heaven and which is hell. Yes. And remember, I'm a lady, I'm a woman, so I'm not going to sound manly here. I'm not going to choose sides here. And here I go. So, this goes like this. This is their conversation of an argument that the married couple, heaven and hell, is having while they were just lounging at their home. And remember, heaven and hell, some very strong beings that have senses, and they can feel their children, what they're doing and everything. And here is how I go. So they were just sitting around, and the conversation went like this. One of yours is exhausted, a microwave of mine. Hey, go and find out which one of my mace tanks is doing such and at what location. One of yours is eating ice cream. Hey, find out how one of my mace tanks got abilities to scoops and cone. One of yours just took a shower. One of yours is taking a shower. One of yours is watching television. One of yours is charging their device. Hey, find out where their tyke is charging their device at. One of yours has waste spread near and is sensing the area. One of yours has found waste, pipeline, and accumulated at pipe interval. Hey, find out where my maid's tyke is using the bathroom at. What a cordial argument they're having there, those two. I tell you. Oh man, it's just so funny there. It's just so funny but cute there. Mm-mm. Yeah, so people, that was news with listings there. I don't know if they're. I tell you.